Yeah, I didn't hear you. Oh, hi. Hey, how's it going? I'm Jessica Straus, and I'm going to talk to you today about upgrading your home studio. So before I talk about this guy behind me, let me talk to you about what I started with, because maybe that would help you the most. So when I first started in voiceover many moons ago, I took comforters, and I hung them from my ceiling with plant hooks and rope, and I took safety pins and hung them. And I hung it in a triangular fashion, and that was my first booth. Now I heard later that you can use vinyl mats or moving blankets. You probably already know that. But so that was my first booth, and that changed rather quickly because it didn't protect me from the outside world, the sound in the outside world. So the next step was I recorded in a closet in my house that didn't share walls with the outside world. So no neighbor walls, no walls with the front or the back of the house. And I recorded in that closet for a long time. I took the comforters that I had hung up, and I nailed them to the wall of the closet. And then I took Orlix foam, bigger pieces than this, really big pieces, and I hung them from the comforters with those clothespins, and I coated the closet with that. And I had an engineer come over, and he said, wow, you did a pretty good job. I had a lot of slanted ceilings and different corners in the closet, but it was really tiny. So I recorded from there for a long time, but I couldn't go like, hey, and feel comfortable, which you do when you have characters. I couldn't yell and scream and be really big with my body. So I decided during COVID, finally, I would get a booth, and that's what this guy is. I got it from Scott Peterson, whose booths are made here in LA, and he does them custom for people, and they're about half the price of other booths, unless you add a lot of custom features. Now, this particular booth is 4.5 by 5.5, because I wanted big, and I wanted to be able to go like this, and so I did. I can. And so inside, it's fully carpeted inside and out, but the Orlix foam doesn't come with it, so I had to get extra foam, and I went to Home Depot, and I got Velcro strips that you see on the back here, and I cut them. You had to cut all the Velcro strips, and then I got a glue gun and a lot of extra glue, and I glued Velcro to the backs of my sound phone, so it just goes like that. And when you take it off, you don't ruin anything. It's amazing. And so, would you like to come inside? Ooh, let's go. So, it has a bigger window. Ooh, a window, and there's green lights inside, and welcome. I got fairy lights, so they change in color depending on the mood of the script. And the ceiling is vaulted. And I also have bass traps because I heard that you need to have uneven surfaces in your booth. During COVID, I took several classes from engineers, and they gave me a lot of tips before I invested in this booth. So I was a lot more confident in asking for what I did. And the enhanced walls saved me. I don't hear anything in here. Let's really close it. It's quiet. And I got a Neumann microphone, which I love. So anyway, that's my booth, and I'll put a couple of links below that are also going to help you out with mic choices and different things that I heard from this class, the classes that I took during COVID. And that's my tech update. Get the fairy lights. Ooh, they make a difference.